Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. I hope you're doing fantastically tonight. Before we get started, a few announcements. Announcement number one, completely unrelated to streaming. I have a box of Haichu. I am very happy. Announcement number two, uh, slightly related to streaming, other shows on the channel. We have many shows here. We got shows coming out of the wazoo. Tomorrow night, Will and Matt, Elden Ring, Shadows of the Erdtree. Oh boy, what will we do? I don't know. Matt kind of takes the lead and I just follow them like some sort of magical puppy. Then on Wednesday, Wild Ambition. Oh boy, Wild West campaign. Plane of Deals, Plane of Commerce, a heist. Oh, who knows?
Maybe a
Then,
murder.
probably a murder.
Ooh.
Then on Thursday, we're off. I rest. And by rest, I mean
The
go
jury
GM.
rests.
I go in and GM in-person games at Muse. Buy your ticket if you
Which
want
is
to
resting.
go to a island of friendly undead this week.
What is the level?
Level 3 to 6.
Hmm.
So it's a
Could
mid-tier
be.
one.
I'm trying to remember what level.
Yes, your mic can
Second
do
edi-
it.
No, but now that the new core is out, I could remake Garl
You could remake Garl.
because
With
I have
the
because we get a
barbarian
free
buff.
remake of a character if they've had a remaster, right? And I
Yes.
have an existing PFS like Garl
Garl.
Secundus, like second edition Garl.
I mean, you play it. McKenna, what's wrong, McKenna?
I'm sorry. Every time you say Garl Secundus, it just gets a giggle out of me.
It is Secundus is a silly sounding.
I think
kind of.
McKenna is thinking it sounds like
Secundus what,
Secundus.
Matt?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Speaking of, Friday night, Astro Calling. One hell of a time. They're about to fight They're about to fight one of McKenna's old characters as the boss. I'm really excited for it. I've done some terrible things. Yay. Then
One day you will
Saturday,
answer for them.
the Tabletop Bros. Will, Matt, Calf, Chad. Baldur's Gate 3.
We've
Relaxing.
hit max level technically,
We've hit max level.
and possibly all the good remaining loot. So I'm starting to make a tier list of what we really should do before the end game and what could maybe slide.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, Cozy Co-op, Will, Sarah, and Stardew Valley, probably for another week or two. Just until, the Raiders are off of Aether.
It sounds like they have a drug problem. They need to get off Aether.
They do.
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Which is so weird because, I thought Aether would be a safe one to join because, when last I was, around, Primal is where all the sweaty people were.
Yeah.
It was either Primal or Diablos on Crystal, so that's where all the sweat was. Then Monday, Strength of Thousands AP, the show you're watching right now, mainly because of the fantastic people we have on this show, starting off with our glorious leader and GM for the night. We have Matt, also known as Urban Ov, also known as Free to Pain, also known as Graphic Design is Thy Passion, also known as the Matt, the best person. How you doing tonight, Matt?
Correct.
Good. To be clear, free to pain is just the header I put on whenever I'm playing gotcha games being a free to play player.
Yeah.
So, yes, hello everyone. I am here to walk these wonderful people through a wonderful journey on strange and distant worlds and possibly into adventure. Who knows? But speaking of adventure, no adventure is fun without the adventurers. And we have a wonderful selection of them here tonight. Starting with, just because I like the color purple, McKenna. Please introduce yourself, your character, and what you would do if you were granted possession of an island.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. My name is McKenna Ray Tynan, McKenna Ray Art on all of the socials. Tonight I will be playing Little Miss Avi Avi, our Nyctera witch, and her familiar Agate. My familiar is currently asleep on the bed, wearing a plush orange slice around her neck so she does not itch herself too much. Yes.
Mhm.
If I had an island all to myself, I think I would make it like an event destination for people to host like fabulous LARP events and like magical medieval weddings. I'd have to build a castle on it first, but if we have island money, I feel like we also have castle money. You know what I mean?
You've got an angel investor.
And I
Like
mean,
if I have that kind of fuck you money, I'm gonna put a castle on that.
Fuck you,
island.
castle.
and like,
Nicolas Cage money.
even if we do buy the
Uh-huh.
island, if we need money after that, we'll just go do a Ghost Rider film where we'll be okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Big
what
Nick
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage did after he bought an island.
He
Oh.
just decided to
The things he
Nick
has spent his
Cage.
money on.
Mhm.
Dinosaur bones.
Look, go for broke. Why not?
That's
Got
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
That's exactly the problem. He got broke after buying. He went for broke after buying the island, and then he had to do Ghost Rider.
And several other things he bought. But
Rider.
speaking of good life advice and going for broke, Sarah, please introduce yourself, your character, and your plans for your island. Yours has a cave on it.
Ooh, specifically. Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Margaret, and I'm playing Charlotte, the Anati toxicologist, now updated. Yay.
Mhm.
We're gonna all figure that out tonight. Together as a team. I honestly speaking, I probably would get a wonderful island getaway that had free range cats. Cause like where are they gonna go? They're on an island. But primarily, yeah, I would get it to like have a nice safe place for kitty cats to sleep in. One big giant sandbox, mind you, but like sounds fun. And then I'd
lot of
bring
scooping.
people over and say like, "Hey, have fun at a cat island." You know, take one home with you on the airplane when you leave.
Aw.
And,
So like a cat cafe, but triple the size.
Hmm.
and you just said the magic word cafe, which makes me think of tea, which makes me think of Zoe. Please introduce yourself, your character, and what you would do with your island. Your island has like a Pride Rock style cliff.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, that actually does go along with what I was gonna say. But
Excellent.
hi everybody, I'm Zoe. I go by Zosie Pose on the internet, and I'm playing Ophelia, who is our bard of this party. And originally, when you said private island, I was like, ooh, castle, and invite all my friends, and we could all just live in the castle and have really good Wi-Fi. Just the really good internet. Like that
Quick
would
question.
be the one thing in the castle that
What's the Wi-Fi password at the island?
A good one, of course. But since McKenna already said castle, I was like, oh, honestly, probably a theme park.
Mm.
I really like theme parks. I enjoy them. I'm not like crazy about them, but to design one would be
What
really
would be
fun.
the theme of your theme park?
Probably just cuteness in general. Like we got like a kawaii theme going on, maybe pastel theme or something like that. But definitely the rock would be a thrill seeking adventure of some sort.
I'd want to do Evermore, but functional.
Evermore, but
Ow.
different in every way.
And last but not least, Will, please introduce yourself, your character, and what you would do with your island, which has an enchanted-looking grotto on it.
Hello, my name is Will, also known as Tabletop Rolls. For some reason, I'm only coming out of about one side of people's headsets right now, and that's weird. I will try to fix that as we go through stream. But as far as my island is concerned, what I would have is this. Imagine, if you will, I invite you all to my private island after saying, hey friends, we're going to have a big celebration. Whilst on that island, I will fake my death. After faking
Are
my
you,
death,
are you glass onioning this? Are you glass onioning this, really?
after I fake my death, I
So dumb, it's
shall
genius.
retire. I shall retire
No,
to a
it's just
hidden.
dumb.
I shall retire to a hidden room on the island. Activate the number of hidden cameras throughout the island, except for in bathrooms and things, because that would go against societal rules, and stream the "Will my friends be able to solve who murdered me?" game.
So
Wait,
you
that's
are
so
glass
fun.
onioning this.
I guess so. I don't know. I've
No,
only-
Lacey.
Well, maybe
Others-
Will will actually write the murder mystery himself, though, unlike certain fictional billionaire.
Was that the one that we saw? Was that the one I watched at your house, Matt?
No, we watched Knives Out, I think.
Okay.
Glass Onion was the sequel.
Yes. And last but not least, again, I am Matt, the DM for this session, and I would turn my island into supposedly a way for billionaires and stuff to either escape the law or to escape to another country, but they'd arrive on the island and then they'd never be seen again.
Wow.
Squid Games for billionaire, except for
So-
the best prize is just
And I would-
a painless death.
And then I would have a mysteriously, increasingly elaborate throne made of bones.
Putting in the good
A
work,
bone
I see,
throne.
Matt.
The clear choice for the proper distribution of wealth.
I mean, no, I'm keeping all the money, but
I love it. But you
And-
are distributing the bone.
But
And the
you
bones.
this way.
I'm not saying where the bones are coming from. I
Of
have
course not.
I might have a 3D printer. You don't know. Or they could
That
be
might
organic.
You definitely have one. Or
Totally ethically sourced. But
ethically sourced.
as we
Bones.
contemplate do-it-yourself marrow-based construction projects, let's go ahead and roll that intro.
We were going live again.
You could have just said it instead of giving me numbers.
I was counting. There's no winning for me, is there?
Shabba-doo.
I can never win. It's like Brendan Lee Mulligan on that one episode of Game Changer.
No, it's not, because there was a way for you to win. You could have just responded to me.
Anyway, I think the intro is done. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes.
We are here again playing the Strength of Thousands adventure path as we go from students at the Magambia, the premier magic academy in Galeria, to our current state where they are world-hopping teachers, or lower speakers as they're called in Magambia, trying to track down the founder of the school, Old Mage Jatembe, who apparently may have gone missing on this planet after going out to fight his age-old enemy, the King of Biting Ants, who now apparently is flying around in a big old, possible bug-themed airship. You don't know yet. There's a lot of unanswered questions. We don't know how tacky this villain is. Everything might be, on theme. It might all be bugs. The weapons might all
His-
look like bugs. Who knows?
His name is the King of Biting Ants.
Yes.
I don't know how obviously dramatically eclectic that is, but
To be fair, that could be what people call him. His name might be Carl.
it's even worse. It's like Jeremy.
Oh, hi, Carl.
Aw.
You're right. Jeremy is an awful name. You want to know why?
Why?
It's my dad's name.
Oh.
When last we very specifically left our characters, they had been doing a little browsing around in the city of Seldo. They had been informed that there was a local kind of, let's just call them a crime boss, named Skartich, who might have information that they're looking for because they're the people who know things in this town. But you don't know a lot about the town. You don't know much about the King of Biting Ants and their current situation, what they're doing, what their plans may be, what their relation is with the city. So
How
this
they like
week,
their coffee, if they do walks on the beach. Sorry, I'm
with
in a
their
mood tonight.
with their
How
many,
many
many, many
hands
feet,
do they have? Yeah.
are they just
Feet
like
for holding?
are they just like that one guy from that Rick and Morty episode, Million Ants? He's just a vaguely humanoid thing shaped of millions of ants.
Somebody who hates ants. I hate
You
ants.
know, like Spiders Man, but Ants Man.
Like good old spiders, man.
Good old Spiders Man. Made of
Yeah.
spiders.
Did you know there's a Marvel comic supervillain who's just made of bees?
It doesn't
Also,
surprise me.
he might be a Nazi. I can't remember.
Oh no. Why'd they make the
They
bees the
tend to be
Nazis?
with
Well, he
Marvel.
might be made of wasps. I can't remember. His name is
Oh,
Swarm,
that makes
and he
more
wears like a
sense, that.
purple cloak over the bugs that make up his body.
All right. I now I'm expecting that in this campaign.
So we are going to dive right into what I'm calling the research the streets phase of this. So what you guys are going to be tasked with is
Did audio just die for you, stream? 1 second, y'all. Our audio might have just died. What the fuck is going on with my sound mixer tonight? Audio's back? Wait, sorry, y'all. Yeah, audio's back for me, but not for Matt or anyone. What the hell is happening? Only for Will. Fuck me. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second to troubleshoot my PC breaking. Matt, no one can hear you. No one can hear you, Matt. Oh, Zoom. Yeah. Well, I can hear you now. All right. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, I know. I'm picking it up. I can't. You're not hearing it.
Just doing like a cute little one shot
fix
for
it?
me, and eventually we realize, oh, we're close enough where we can't pull out our dice and like have
There's
our trays
Zoe.
and
Okay,
stuff. Like
fixed
everything
it.
has to be closed. And so then we just started Rochambeauing for if I was succeeding on things or not.
Alright, we're back. Sorry, chat.
Oh, it was really fun.
Let's go
Hello.
around the room. Test.
No,
Best.
I can hear you all. You're good.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's
Test.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Every now and then there's got to be some sort of snafu.
Well, so the thing is, so yesterday, chat, just to give you an idea, yesterday afternoon, my entire setup died. And I had to fix everything.
Before or after?
Before, this was like at 2 p.m. I noticed that my audio mixer wasn't working. So I had to try to figure out what was going on. And I thought I had fixed everything, but apparently I just put it on a timer. Exhausting. I wish I could hire a person to do this for me. Anyway.
A technician.
That would be nice. It would be nice to have someone who actually knows what they're doing, but you got me, chat.
I wish I could
Sometimes-
translate.
Sometimes my audio fubs on my streams are the funniest things because it's like I have videos that I know where I'm utterly silent for 35 minutes before I realize I didn't unmute myself for stream. I'm like, oh, well, they got gameplay at least. Sure.
Yeah.
Redub it later.
The downside is I'm still only coming out of one ear for people, which is going to annoy the hell out of me.
Hey, that's interesting on the stream because you sound fine.
I
Yeah,
sound fine
that's
for you,
the
but for
Zoom.
like through the way I record my audio on the way I record my audio for non-Zoom, I can see the levels and it's only coming out of one ear, which I had fixed before, but
very
it's
strange.
broken again for some reason.
Matt,
Anyway.
because of situations, how many research points do we need technically?
I mean, technically, you don't need any. You don't have to do the research. It would certainly be helpful. But
It's a good example for our students if we do.
not to mention the fact that some of this information could save your lives. You can
That too.
reach the maximum amount of research points you can get is 15 because there's no knowledge to be gained after 15 points. And I should
I
mention
don't know.
that let me just double check this.
I'm being mentored
Research.
from note
So,
taker.
critical success gets you 2 research points. A success gets you 1 research point, and critical failure, you make a false discovery and lose 1 research point.
Oh shit. Okay. And you said it was in 3 areas, right? What were the 3 areas? Have we gotten to
The
that
3
yet?
districts are the industrial district, the residential district, and the trade district, where you guys sort of are now.
All right. Note to
Sort of
self:
a-
I will not be doing things in the industrial district, most like.
Well, I can just tell you guys this. So the trade district, the applicable skills are deception, thievery, diplomacy, or intimidation. And those are in ascending order of difficulty DCs. So deception would be the easiest. Diplomacy and intimidation is the hardest.
Okay.
For the residential district, it's diplomacy, society, deception, intimidation. And finally, in the industrial district, it's intimidation, crafting, deception, diplomacy.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna stay away from the industrial district.
I could maybe handle the residential district and do some society checks.
It's totally up to you guys. You have a limited sandbox as to play in right now. It's up to you guys all what you want to do.
That's like the opposite of Sarah's island that they're making.
As opposed to an unlimited sandbox.
Which is what would be on the island.
You know, all natural. Watch where you're stepping.
Well, do we want to divide and conquer? Maybe Charlotte and I can go to residential and make some, more societal based inquiries, and you guys can handle the ones that need more diplomatic based inquiries.
I should
What if-
note
Igora and
I just wanted to mention, technically speaking, every research check by interviewing citizens takes 4 hours essentially. So every round of research technically takes 4 hours. So we might have to
So-
dip into the idea that you guys might need at one point to find a place to sleep.
Mhm.
Unless you get critical success upon critical success.
Why don't we do that first and foremost as a party? Find a place that we can prepare for
Group.
overnight sleeps.
Okay.
it might be good for Igora and Charlotte to go together for the intimidation and crafting checks.
Oh, that
And
could
then
There
work.
we go.
maybe if Avi and Ophelia go together for either residential or trade, probably residential,
Yeah.
and then we can all
Diplo
pop
Society.
then we can all pop into trade together. Question.
Because trade is just the core 3 charisma checks, right?
Um,
Deception,
the
thievery,
tr-
diplomacy.
Thievery. Oh, I could also help with thievery.
Keep in mind too, technically speaking, you guys actually could do
Hmm.
all your research in one district.
Yeah.
That's
Technically
true.
speaking,
But that
you'd see less
that
of the
just
city,
doesn't
but
make fair aesthetic wise for a game.
no.
No.
You don't want to necessarily. Yeah, we could level up by grinding, rats in the forest for 20.
You leave Kipper Lily Copper Kettle out of this, Matthew.
Oh, aren't we supposed to
The
push
lady
them
who's
into
3
lava?
dogs.
Just 3 dogs combined together.
So question. I have a feat. I'm wondering if this works for that. Can I pop it in chat for you?
Oh, sure.
So
Go
it's
for it.
Hobnobber and it makes gathering information
Oh.
cost less time. Would that also go towards research time?
You know
I
what?
believe that's
I-
exactly what that feat is for.
That is precisely what that feed is for.
I did take it for a reason.
Yes. Um,
Clever girl.
let me just double check something real quick on the wording.
Ugh.
I am perfectly happy to make it useful. I do wonder if there's a difference between research and gather information, but at this point I don't care.
Do you want the technical answer?
Well, I'm looking at the page here, but it might be like a very incredibly specific difference, but I don't actually care because I think
Okay.
using Hobnobber in this situation, especially if you're using it for like social charisma based skills, is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can totally do that. Like, I mean, it is for diplomacy, so
Hobnobbing it up.
Hobnob.
Hobnobbing with the
it up.
best.
Mm.
Hobnobber. I
All
just
right.
like that. I just like that word.
All right, so
It's so
who
good.
wants to go first? Do we want to do like one because you all can do your first like 4 hours of research or 1 hour depending if we're doing a diplomacy check for Ophelia. You can all do it simultaneously. So, it won't be like 12 hours. It'll be 4 hours. You guys are all just doing your own thing. But are people all staying in the same district? Are people splitting up?
I say we find a hub zone, and this is in character. I say we find a hub zone, basically, split up, agree to come back after a certain amount of time, reconvene, tell everybody what everybody knows, and then we'll see if we need to wander back out again.
Say
I
Or-
tug on the sleeve of the nearest passerby and say, "Excuse me, is there an inn or hotel or bed and breakfast where we can maybe post up for the evening?"
Mhm.
You tug on the sleeve of someone, they look down on you,
Like death
and
sticks.
they seem to be a person with a. Imagine if a mind flayer was less scary and more was like cartoony octopus head with like the funny
Huh.
little like beak thing
Beak.
rather than. Yeah. Just.
Assassination
"Whoa."
classroom.
So more like
Not
Yeah,
that.
basically.
kappa, more like a little kappa or like a little like cuttlefish rather than like
Yeah.
a scary big
Not a
Oh.
cuttlefish. Not a cuttlefish.
cuttlefish. Are cute. What
They're
Are
oh,
very-
cuttlefish venomous?
They have the word cuddle in them. They
Yes.
must be friend.
Not that kind of
Doesn't
cuddle.
make
Well, not
them
that
less
kind of
First of all,
cuddle.
cute.
first of all, not cuddle at all.
Yeah.
It's cuttle with two
Cuttle.
T's.
Oh, I heard
Ah,
cuddlefish.
like- shank you, fish.
Every time I hear that word, I think of, what's his name? Andy Serkis doing, like a South African accent in,
Cuttlefish.
cuttlefish.
Black cuttlefish. Cuttlefish.
Well, that's getting a
And the
little
Black Panther.
British, I think.
Yeah, he's very funny. He's very good at it.
Andy Serkis is great.
He's great.
He should have won an award for Gollum, I personally think, but just for his
he should have won
performance.
a lot of awards for a lot of things that he's done.
Yeah.
Anyway, does this particular octopi individual know where we can find
He
him?
seems a little reluctant to talk to a stranger that's tugging on his thing, but maybe if you make some sort of check, you convince him to be helpful.
Can I make be cute and tiny?
That would be a
Pretty,
diplomacy
pretty,
check.
please?
Roll to Bloomberg. Roll to Bloomberg.
Can I roll thievery to steal his heart?
Sure, Mikola.
Maybe just steal his wallet if he's thinking this hard about being like helpful.
Well, he's just kind of caught off guard. He was doing some
Oh,
shopping.
that's a 33!
Good enough. This isn't. You're not asking him to go on an epic quest with you. He points to actually. It might not be what you're actually looking for because he points to a pretty fancy building like across the street from the bank/casino that has like gold filigree on parts of the building and stuff. It seems like a pretty fancy hotel. There's a person standing outside in almost what seems like a bellhop uniform.
Nice, thank you.
Wanders off. Yeah, technically, you understand because they are speaking like Akatosh or what have you.
On Zoidberg.
Oh, but still.
They say, "I like may the sands bless you," and they just wander off.
Well, we should at least see how much it is. It might be
I
affordable.
at this point, affordable doesn't
Listen.
matter for us, y'all. We have money.
I have
listen,
50 gold
the
pieces to my
school-
name.
Oh, if
The
he,
school can always, pay us back.
Pay
because
us the
this is-
bill.
I mean,
Avi,
This is a
I will.
mission.
I will
from
take
the
care of.
school.
Keep those
I will
receipts.
take care of our room and
Mhm.
board for the night.
They
for
are
everybody.
supposed
It's-
to have been getting
it's-
stipends for this whole campaign.
Charlotte-
and so far, I think it'll only happen
Charlotte-
once.
we zoom back to
You
the
see
Megapia.
Charlotte.
There's a guy in a tiny office with all
Payroll.
sorts of books and ledgers and stuff. Suddenly, like, he gets a chill up his spine.
Well,
like,
you know what they say: if you're not getting paid, punch the accountant in the face.
Are we
final-
putting this on our gas receipts? Because I've got the notes for it.
Yes,
the
please.
final boss of the campaign is someone who's been
Reimbursements.
embezzling your stipends.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Kiara, how
All
could
right.
you?
Oh
No,
my
it wasn't
God.
Kiara this time. Not
It's
everything is Kiara.
Oh my God, it was
Mercedes!
Maybe it's Mercedes. It couldn't have been
Suddenly-
Mercedes. It might have been Mercedes. I don't
We-
know who she is.
We zoom back to the Tambu.
Mercedes.
In a loft kind of like room, there's a Mercedes stripped down to like just her undershirt and loose pants, but she's got like paint splatters all over, and she's like painting something in blue on a canvas with like oils and stuff.
Oh,
And she can like, what? Eh?
Girls got it
She
bad.
sneezes
Girls
all
got it
over the
bad.
canvas.
Goodness
ah,
gracious.
no!
All right. Avi, it's fine. We could just put it on the company card.
We'll put it on the company card.
Company
Because
card, come
schools
here.
make so
Figure
much
out.
money in this universe.
You know, I would
Well,
really
mostly from killing
appreciate-
people.
You know what? If at least I have some value to the group, and Igor starts walking towards the area.
Can I punch him?
Talk about this. Don't punch him. Don't resort to
I'm
violence,
gonna punch him.
please.
Can I punch him?
You guys,
I just catch it. Like, good try, Ophelia.
I know
Keep
kung
walking.
fu.
Ophelia just
No.
Matthew, it's Frog McGaw.
It has been. It has been 0 days since somebody's tried to hit Igora. Charlotte makes a note and walks off.
Endures in Darkness has a placard, and he just turns the number back over to 0.
I just like
Thank
I
you,
look at them.
Endurance.
I look at them. And that should always be 0. That is literally my job.
All right.
I know, we're great. We
No.
try to
We're
get.
gonna-
If we can get to 5 days, it's a miracle.
We all get free
Igora.
Frogurt.
Are we ever gonna have a conversation about your feelings of self-worth and value as a person? Because I feel like they are not
Eventually, when I
aligned
re-
with the truth.
eventually I will have value as a person. I still do not have value as a person.
You
I'm
already
also,
have value as a person.
and technically
Justifiably
speaking, I'm not even
so.
a person. I'm a trip key. But
You're
yeah,
what?
a trip key.
What's that?
That's what Gripplies are called now.
A
Please.
trip
I snap my fingers,
Yeah.
and the word Gripply disappears from reality.
Holy
and is replaced.
What?
Yeah, that's the
That's
name. That's
technically
the
a
that's the,
person.
that's the Gripplies.
What in the Kingdom Hearts are you on about?
Y'all should see the new name for Knowles.
I kind of like it, actually.
It's
I'm
great.
trying to have a serious in-character conversation with you.
And-
Stop
and
talking about the
listen,
book.
Listen,
Sorry,
all I'm saying is this: I have plenty of self-worth. Most of my self-worth is attached to me being directly useful to others, and that's not problematic in any way, shape, or form. Now let's go get a hotel room.
It is a little problematic because we might not always be around, and your worth is present regardless of our being present.
I mean, if an Igora falls in the forest and no one is there to heal him, did they really fall?
Yes,
Right?
that
Ophelia?
would be very sad.
Give me a perception check, please.
Igora falls in a forest. Oh god.
It's a nat 1.
You,
I'm gonna keep it.
it's fine. Nothing. Don't worry about it then.
Great. I just got pickpocketed.
Well, you don't have much. All right. I'm going to get us a room.
Right.
Bellhop,
This conversation isn't over, Igra.
your finest room.
Oh, thank you,
Ideally,
you're a second finest group.
ideally for 5
Um,
people. Well, 4 people
you-
in a mushroom.
You approach this hotel, which has a lovely sort of like area where like hover cars and weird alien drawn carriages are drawing up and stuff. People, it seems they have valet service. And there is a kind of dusky crimson skinned humanoid standing outside. You get the impression this might be some sort of offshoot of just baseline humans, but adapted to Akatosh life, where they have like different hues of red as the skin.
Mm.
Kind of neat.
You know, different star, different sun, different UV rays. It makes a lot of sense scientifically to me.
Also,
Hello.
Hence the melatonin.
they might have
The melatonin?
their
The lack of.
Do
They
you
mu-
mean melanin?
oh no.
You're right. Melatonin's the sleeping drug, isn't it?
Yes,
You know,
it is.
I'm going to
That's
do this.
That is probably what Emily is actually about to be taking.
I'm gonna for first time for this
No.
entire campaign. For the first time for this entire campaign, Sarah, I'm giving you a pity hero point.
Thank you. I kid you not. The only reason that sticks in my brain that way is because I just literally watched a TikTok where a dude is like, when you accidentally take the melanin pill and not the melatonin to sleep, and he falls asleep and wakes up and is a black guy instead. He goes, "What the fuck happened?"
But the English language is funny.
I hate it. I hate the English
Um,
language.
The building, as you approach, you see has a name out front above sort of a veranda. Well, not a veranda. What do you call the nice thing? That,
Saranda? A
No,
sand
the-
veranda?
just the thing that keeps the rain off people as they're walking into the building. We
What's
can't hear
wrong?
you, Kenna.
I'm mouthing what the fuck are you talking about at will.
I was making a pun because a sandy veranda would be a saranda.
Anyway, the hotel's name, as I was furiously coming up with one in the background while you guys were doing all sorts of goofy stuff, is the Auspicious Overlook.
Auspicious overlook.
Yes, I couldn't call it the Overlook because that is literally the name of the hotel in The Shining.
Here's Igor.
All shopping and no combat make Igora something.
I like shopping episodes. I enjoy spending time with my friends like this. Thank you.
To mention, we just had a whole mini dungeon.
Yeah.
You guys enter into the hotel. It is a lovely kind of lobby with interesting, like, there's a lot of nice potted plants in here and stuff. But there are a lot of plants you don't recognize. They have leaves in weird spiral shapes and stuff, and some of them that seem to like sway to invisible beats or something. It's all lovely. It almost evokes a sort of very carefully controlled greenhouse aesthetic in here. Like they are using these wonderful plants to create this very vibrant, life-filled, but also very carefully curated kind of aesthetic, opposed to, you know, all like gleaming metal and marble and stuff you see in some hotels. But there is, you know, the check-in desk. There is a little side area where people have comfortable chairs where they can wait for their rooms to be ready or a ride. There's, you know, the rack of brochures and the like. There is a concierge. There is a door that apparently leads to a small restaurant, and a couple of elevators with symbols that you have to look at them for a moment until the Akaton translation kicks in. You're like, oh, that means up.
Oh, there's.
How would that mean up? That symbol, that what?
I think on the way to the front desk, Igora stopped off at the brochure like tablet and just like picked up on. Oh, there's mini golf, y'all. We should do mini golf anyway.
How many?
I
Like,
Oh,
is
apparent-
it mini my size or is it mini your size?
apparently they cast reduce person on you to make you small.
Oh, mini
my
golf.
size.
I got it.
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
You also, Igra, you also notice at the very bottom in the small print, golf course is not responsible if balls eat the lowest scoring player.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
See, that sounds fun.
Well, that'd be dangerous. That would be dangerous for someone in the group. Yeah, it's fine. But
Which
to
is
the
also
front
ironic because you're supposed to get a low score in golf.
desk. Yes.
That's true.
Walks
So
to
whoever
front
wins
desk.
dies.
It's a metaphor.
All the more reason to win. Walks to the front desk.
Um,
Hello
the front-
there.
The front desk appears to be manned by two nearly identical kind of automaton-looking individuals. They are dressed in the same sort of like red and gold uniform, but as you draw right up to the desk, you see that they have no lower body, and they're just sort of like ball joints slotted into kind of a holder.
Well, that's one
Um,
way to save on labor cost, I guess.
As a side note, this is just actually a feature that they can do when they're at their job. Their legs are in the staff room.
Oh hell yeah! Wait, that's so nice.
I wish
You
I
don't
have to
could
be on
pop
your
my
feet
legs
all
off
day.
for
Yeah, I
one.
wish I could do that.
Hello
Pop
there.
your torso out and install it in your work desk.
My name is Igora. I am the wallet of this group of travelers. I would like to book your finest room for us. Ideally, if it's some sort of like large connection-based room for us, because we have 5 of us. Yeah, 5 of us staying. Ideally, it'd be like a large like suite that we could all stay in. You have something like that?
At the introduction of being the wallet, the automaton, whose eyes are just little screens, they actually do a blink animation, just like,
no.
huh.
Money.
Like, we certainly have. I believe we have a sort of a group suite, such as it is. There is a number of beds in 2 adjacent rooms. There's so we could house up to, I think, 4 or 5 of you. 5 certainly, if none of you are adverse to sharing a bed, perhaps.
Zip on the ceiling, so that's okay.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we're good.
they
for
kind of
that.
lean over the counter to look down at you. Oh,
All right. What's the nightly rate that you have here?
well, let's see. You are asking for the group suite. How long will you be staying? There are packages.
Let's say 5 days to be safe.
Will you be visiting the Golden Scales while you're here?
At some point, yeah, probably. Gotta go
Because
in.
there's a package involved there where you can get a discount. Though you'll, I think, have to essentially get your stay validated at the Golden Scales, but that'll be included in your paperwork. I would say then it is going to be about. There is 4 of you. That will be about.
There's 5 of us. We have
Uh,
a mushroom man.
Kind of looks down. Let me just see. Okay, we have one that has hardwood floors. Okay. I
That's
just,
a little bit.
I mean, looks down at
As opposed
Endures
to
in Darkness
metal
is the
floors?
no, like non-carpeted.
Oh,
He's very
That's valid.
clean. We have him house trained.
I'm sure that's true, sir, but I think you'd be more comfortable in hardwood.
Okay.
Um, they, but I'm trying to remember what the actual going rate for a hotel is. Usually, I think it's just like a gold a night, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
So I'm gonna say because this is the group suite and about 8 gold a night.
Well, here's the thing though, right? Because there's one benefit to us staying here. We have quite the influential bard in our group.
I don't know who you could mean.
Another simulated blink.
They are known across the galaxy. That's right, even off of Akaton. Like we're off-worlders. This could provide quite the boost to your business. We're also here to kind of deal with something that's biting at the ankles, some ants, an ant problem on this planet.
You suddenly notice, I'm not even get you guys a perception check of that. The mention of the phrase biting ants, everyone in like earshot of you kind of stops. Like a few people moving through the lobby and people at the other half of the reception desk kind of stop and sort of slowly look at you guys in the corner of their eyes.
We're here to deal with that, so you know it might be advantageous. Maybe 5 gold a night, make it a little bit easier on math for me. I'm not the smartest person in the world.
Kind of looks, eyes kind of dart side to side. Pardon me for a moment, and their eyes flick into a symbol which you recognize as "Please stand by," and you hear some like whirling and beeping and stuff, and you get the impression they're maybe communicating with someone.
Sorry, hold music.
Yeah, they come back. I've spoken to the manager, and while we appreciate that you might be here to work for the betterment of the town, we can't really offer you a discount for that. That's not really within the policy of the hotel. And while we are happy to host you, request from the manager that you perhaps not discuss that individual out loud. It might upset some other guests.
Good to know. So 8 gold a night.
Yes, and you will receive some vouchers. And
you're doing the math for that then.
It's a well, we don't know how many nights you guys are going to be here necessarily.
Okay.
You guys get your like room card keys and stuff, which are actually like little discs. And you receive some vouchers. Each of you gets a free game at one of the tables in the Golden Scales. You know, this is one of the things they just want to get you in the door, so you spend more money. And a drink voucher too.
Ow.
And you guys do notice on the vouchers for the Golden Scales, there is like a almost golden skinned woman in a fabulous slinky dress holding up like a cocktail glass and smiling, and just everything about this woman is gold. Like she's got like literal like kind of gold hair. It looks like it's been spun from gold. Her eyes are kind of gold. Her jewelry is all gold with highlights of sapphires and stuff.
As Igura is handing this coupon to Charlotte, he makes direct eye contact with her just to gauge reaction upon seeing this person.
A lot of gold.
Not what I was expecting. Fair enough.
And
Okay.
they take out like from under the desk they take out this little orb, and they like click some buttons or something on it or squeeze it a certain way, and it just sort of floats into the air and it gives off a soft blue glow. Like, this will show you to your rooms. and just.
Alright. Let's ponder the orb, team.
Pondering the orb.
You get to your rooms and you realize why this was 8 gold a night. It is a lovely room. It has a huge, like, kind of bathtub with like jets and stuff. It has a separate shower. It has very lovely beds with such silky, soft sheets and everything. The pillows are like fluffy, but also nice and kind of firm too. Big screen TV, which you guys don't know what the hell that is. Mini bar, which does have a warning
We do
about
know what that is.
if you open it up, adds another gold the night.
Oh wow, a swimming pool and a full-size bar. Let's go.
Quick, let's
And
go to mini golf and then come back here.
there is also like nice hotel art on the walls and stuff, and you're like, I'm not sure what this ancestry is. Is this a tasteful nude? I'm not sure.
Why does that look like an orchid?
But yeah, you guys have a home base while you're in town. Because, oddly enough, the AP does not account for this, despite the fact that you could potentially spend multiple stretches of 4 hours doing research.
Shave, baby.
So, all of this I just had to pull out of my brain.
Delightful.
That's where
Great.
a lot of your best work comes from, Matthew. I
It
hate
really
to say
is,
it.
yeah.
My
There's
problem
a
is,
reason-
I'm setting landmines for myself.
Listen, there's a reason this AP is so good. And
And it's
Say-
Right, the AP.
Say that when we get into the post-game golden ending content, which is entirely me making shit up that's supposed to be epic and climactic for the whole campaign.
I'm so
I can't
excited
wait.
you have
Can't
something like
wait.
that.
I mean, we've only
Okay,
got one
so-
book after this, and then that.
I
Ooh.
say let's divide and conquer then. I mean, Igor and I can go over to the industrial district for right now. You two can head on over to the residential and we'll meet back up in a couple hours.
Be back here in 4 hours, and then if we still have the time and stamina, we can go over to the trade district as a group.
Yes, and see if we can't fish out some more information.
All right. Go
Also,
team.
the restaurant / bar in the lobby is called
Little go team.
is called Welcoming Starlight.
Aw,
Aw, cute.
sweet.
All right. So, you guys head out in town. Who wants to go first?
I do.
All right. Also, I should grab a pen for this so I keep track of all your research.
So residential, we're doing society.
All right. So who's doing residential? It's Avi 39. That is.
What if I do with the discern secret? So it's a 40.
That's still just a success, but it is very good success.
Nice.
All right. So that gains you, I believe, 3. Is it 3 or 2? 2 research points. All right. So that's 2. Anyone else doing the residential district, which I should describe? A densely packed series of neighborhoods with numerous local markets and sprawling apartment complexes built on top of each other, interspaced with urban parks, struggling for space, and abandoned or incomplete structures.
And you said society.
For the residential is diplomacy, society, deception, intimidation is the most difficult.
All right. I'll go with Avi, and I'll pop
Okay.
a diplomacy.
And I thought you were going with
Ophelia. You're going with Charlotte.
you were going with Charlotte
I was
because you
going
do
with Charlotte?
intimidation.
Ignore me. I never mind.
All right. Is it just Avi in residential then?
I'm going.
Ophelia.
Me.
Okay, Ophelia. Please give me a roll then.
So here's my question: am I allowed
Yes.
to use my feat that lets me use performance for this?
Hobnobbing.
Oh wait, is
I think we decided you
Ins-
could.
well no, is hobnobbing the
Performance
performance
instead
one,
of-
or
Performance instead of diplomacy,
and then also use
intimidation,
hobnobbing?
or deception. Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
I'm
then
gonna say
going
this.
to-
I'm gonna say this. You're using your performance to draw people in, and Avi is then questioning the crowd. So this is a team effort. So, but yes, you can
She's-
still make a check.
She's rizzing them up. I got a 1.
You have
I'm
two
gonna
hero.
re-
You have
I'm
two
gonna
hero
Have a
points.
hero
re-roll it.
point.
I know. I wanted to keep the 1 before because it's more interesting when you don't re-roll
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, you don't. Oh.
Nice.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's a crit success. You were using
1 to a 19
performance in place of diplomacy.
in
Yes.
place of diplomacy.
That is definitely a critical success because the DC for diplomacy is only a 33.
Damn. Okay, great, cool.
So
that's
that
a plus
will
3.
that will gain you. Actually, pardon me. Critical success gets you 2 reach those points. The success only gets you 1. You guys are up to 3 now. And I should ask, do you guys want me to reveal the information as you reach the tiers, or do you want to wait until we get as many as possible? Then I just read everything.
Let's do the second one.
Yeah, the
Okay.
second one.
So
like
you
that.
guys have reached 1 out of 5 objectives for the research. You've gotten 3, which is the first tier out of the 5 tiers. All right, moving on to group 2 or group beta or group second. I don't know.
Charlotte's group.
Yes,
Yes.
Charlotte's Raiders.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys were heading for the industrial?
Yeah.
All right, so a
That's the one.
smoky, gritty, filthy section of city focused on the refining of Thesterin, workshops and crafting, waste disposal, and many now emptied boneyards. You see, like, what at one point seems like just this fenced off area with what appears to be possibly the skeleton of one of those giant worms out there, which doesn't make sense to because worms don't usually have bones. But, you know, it's big.
That's cool.
I like
you
the
know-
aesthetic.
Did you
Yeah.
know that unless you literally change the composition of the materials used in their construction, there is a max limit to how tall a human being could be? Because any more so than that, their own bones could not support their structure, because you can only make something so big out of normal human bones before it's too heavy for them.
Yeah.
A la Andre the Giant. Well, that and his organs didn't really work with his body mass size either, unfortunately. God bless Andre the Giant.
There's also a reason why modern day elephants do not have any sort of hair. They would die of heat stroke.
Yeah.
They always
Too big.
remember.
That's why
all
they
right.
take mud baths and dust baths.
Mhm.
Anyway,
All right, so yeah, the research for the industrial district is intimidation, crafting, and then deception, diplomacy is the harder ones.
35 crafting.
That is exactly what you needed for success, so that you guys are
Get
up
the
to a total
lay of the
4.
land here. Talk to some people about some design.
You
possibly ships.
you find a relatively smaller kind of just like chemical kind of shop, or what appears to be like a small scale refinery. This might be like a family business. You sidle up, just strike up a conversation using your technical expertise to kind of slide into a conversation going on, and you get a little bit of information. Igora.
43.
43. That is intimidation. That is a critical success. So you guys are now up to 6 points in total. You've reached the second tier. Who exactly would you be wanting to intimidate, Igor?
I would love to find, just because of the World of Warcraft player in me, more of those, more of the Akaton orcs.
Zug Zug.
Not
that
maybe
kind of orc.
I would say try to find a purple orc, but we know they're invisible. So
I've never seen one.
yeah, you can't find a purple orc. But
So confused. I'm so confused.
Don't worry
Fine.
about it.
like 10 people will get that in our chat and they'll like it. Yeah, I'm just probably like find like a group of like people who are just off their ship who look like they're like fucking around in the streets a bit and be like, hey, tell me about this joint.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
You guys have reached the second tier of information. Now,
He said that takes 4 hours each time.
Yeah, you guys, Sarah and Will, you guys have spent 4 hours in the industrial district. Avi Avi spent 4 hours schmoozing the crowd after a 1 hour performance from Ophelia. Do you just wait for Avi Avi to finish her work?
No, I'm gonna gather again.
Okay, yeah, because technically, I suppose while she's doing that, you could gather another 3 times.
Is it
So it does say that it's halved.
Oh, okay, so it'd be 2. So you can gather once
Yeah.
more in the time for Avi Avi to finish her work. So, do you want to use the same check?
I sure do.
Okay. That will be a success, but not a critical one. That
For
brings
diplomacy?
us. Yes. Diplomacy is a DC 33.
That was a 40?
Yes, it would have to be a 43. to
Oh,
be a
gotcha.
critical
See. I see.
So
I
you
see.
guys are up to 7. You are
Sweet.
just shy of halfway done. So the total 4 hours has now elapsed.
What are we at? Sorry, what are we at again?
You're at a
7
total of
points.
7. The sun is about a little past what you think would be noon, but you're not exactly sure how the sun works on a different planet. You don't even know if this planet has 24 hours in a day. It might be less, it might be more. It's farther away from the sun potentially, so it might be more. I don't actually
I
know
feel
how many
like
hours
we
there are on
could-
a Martian
I
world.
feel like in general we could just say to a person, or at least Charlotte would, and go, "Hi, do you know what time it is?" Just
Ye-
person.
Yes, and they keep walking.
Yeah, Charlotte, we
Rude.
get that.
I mean, you asked a question.
Hey, fuckwit. You know that wasn't the case. What's the time? Tell us now.
I'll have you know, in my culture, we are taught not to answer with more information than was asked. I was asked if I knew what time what it was.
I
You're
just
being very insensitive right now.
What
tell us
is
the
the
fucking
time?
Damn, Ira.
It is 1 hour past midday.
Thank you.
Right, so 1 p.m.
Be
Can
better,
you
and they
believe
walk
this?
Be
Can you believe this? Can you believe Lacey
Comma.
cannot believe this.
Comma,
The
Ethan.
audacity.
baby.
I don't know if anybody's noticed, but Lacey kind of looks like a Charlotte.
Baby.
She looks like a little baby Butch.
I
She does.
A little baby Butch for the
She looks
printer was
very
starting to run
soft.
out of ink.
Lacey looks so angry
She
that they're like
is.
that right now.
Oh, I need to come over and snuggle her. How long do you have, Miss Lacey Lou?
Probably another 2 weeks. Till mom comes by and picks her up, or she leaves her with me, depending on how that works. I don't know how the Great Cat Exchange will occur, but it will someday.
The great cat
Much like the cat
exchange.
distribution system.
Minus the cat exchanges.
Yeah, get ready for that cat distribution topic on Wednesday, y'all. I'm putting a whole 15 minutes of stream aside for Abby to talk about that.
Oh boy.
Trust me, I want one of those babies so bad, but
But what? Do we need to have a conversation with Calf?
I mean, do you also need to have a conversation with this one?
Oh,
This
she'll get
one-
over it.
She'll get over it. Pepper is still in the process of getting over it,
The
but
baby.
it's a
She's
little
an
bit
only
better.
child. This is an only child household.
I'm just gonna say from your guys' impression. Actually, everyone, give me a nature check.
Ooh,
A nature check.
Nature or perception.
That's neat.
39.
All right,
31.
Igra and Charlotte, you both kind of like, you're kind of like, all right, we got here when the sun was sort of rising after setting out from the monastery, and the sun has traveled this amount of distance in the sky. You guys figure that you could probably get in another 8 hours, like 2 more rounds of research before it gets super dark.
Right, let's get
Okay.
Unless there's like some dramatic thing where the sun immediately goes down below the horizon at like 6 o'clock for no reason.
Okay.
There's an unobserved
yeah.
asteroid field that suddenly obscures the sun.
I will search for a more Yeah, I'll go for craft again. See if I can't get some more information from some of the more buildings.
Okay.
47.
That is a critical success. That will bump you guys up to 9. And I'm gonna say you stumble onto a like chemical potion maker convention. You find like a very out of place hotel in the industrial section that you kind of wander in. And you're like, oh, why is there a hotel in the industrial section? And you realize it's sort of like a convention space, and there
It's
is
Toxicon!
it is Toxicon. They hand you a name tag with like a little cartoon vial on it, and you feel weirdly at home now, um, and you get to talking about things, and you do find a group of people that once you kind of insert yourself into the conversation with some chemical talk, they start talking about like local events and stuff, and Igra.
There's a
Charlotte-
there's a stand that says New Age Alchemy. Your poisons can now do acid damage if it's immune to poison.
Yes!
This is
That's
a revelation
canon!
for Charlotte.
Canon! How I'm learning this.
Off-world
That is in
knowledge.
canon now.
Um,
Oh my god! Really?
Igra, you turn around and Charlotte is gone.
Well, I feel like I'm going to be in more trouble with Avi and Ophelia for that, but that's not a right now Igor problem. That's like a few hours from now Igor problem. I'm sure Charlotte's fine. They're an adult. They can take care of themselves. It's not like they're going to get stuck in a trap for 100 years or something. So,
Oh, it was only 10.
Too
was only
soon.
Does it just get shadier in here? I don't know.
let's go and be an intimidating frog.
I'll listen to him, Wobbly.
Gets on the back of Gamma. All right, let's go find the biggest forklift certified person.
That's very specific.
Gamma's bigger than a forklift now. They're forklift certified. I'm Gamma certified.
That is not accurate.
I'm going to hero point the natural one. For that.
Yeah.
That's a
41.
41.
So that'll be a success, but it's just shy of a crit.
That's fine.
So
Uh,
you find a couple guys actually like apparently after hours or on their lunch break in the back of an industrial plant doing like really slow jousting with some like hover forklifts.
yeah,
You
there
know
you
they're
go.
not supposed to be doing that probably.
Fun
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
there was, when I was in high school, I worked in a warehouse for a bit. This is a thing that someone actually did with forklifts.
I can imagine that's very unsafe.
It was very unsafe. They got sent home for the day for doing it. They weren't fired. But
That's
they got sent
remarkable.
home for the day, which was surprising.
But yeah, you bring that up to 10 with this success. We zoom back to the residential area. Avi and Charlotte, what is your next, or pardon me, Avi and Ophelia, what is your next move?
So if we've spent the full 4 hours here, we're meant to go back then, right?
I mean, the other party went on to their next round of research, so you can return to the hotel if you want and find Endures in Darkness holding down the fort and fluffing your pillows.
That sure is what we said we're gonna do, so that's what we're gonna do.
To be fair, I'm going to say, while this is in the trade district, you could do some research in the trade district. You could hobnob in the lobby.
Oh, we could lobnob.
You could hobnob. There are a lot of people, and this is a hotel, keep in mind. People are coming and going here, so they might have news and stuff.
Not lobnobbing. Okay.
That sounds dirty.
So I think well, if Ophelia can be convinced to head to the different district back where we're supposed to go, then yes. But what she wants to do is look for a new entourage in town while we're here. So
Well,
that's
since
kind
you
of the
can do it
next
in
gather
half the
information she
time.
wants to do.
So, what is it? I'm going to start with, yes, cute little kitty there. Looks like a slightly angry storm cloud.
That Miss Aylin.
what Ophelia? So you want to try? You're going to do your research, but then because you're at half the time, you're going to use your other half the time to try and find an entourage. Or you're going to do that first.
So in order to find an entourage, I can't remember exactly how long it takes. Oh, you just have a small group of admirers who follow you around civilized settlements. Admirers are helpful to you. When you gather information, you can use your admirers to assist you. But it doesn't really say like how you get them.
I would say it would either be a performance or a diplomacy, or technically speaking, could be intimidation too if you're trying to like start a gang.
I think that's more
you work
Igor's
for
thing.
me now. Oh, look at those beautiful eyes.
Oh, just wink at us. Just winked at us.
She's like, you work for me now.
But I think if anything, she's multitasking. She's gathering information, but she's also trying to find the best candidates.
All right. So, are you going to return to the trade district, or are you going to try in the residential district?
I think I'll
Oh,
do
pardon me.
2 hours in the residential district and 2 hours in the trade district, back by the hotel.
All right. Which one are you trying to do? Like, which one is your research location one? Which one is your entourage one? Because I'd say these are probably two separate things.
I think
Should be
be
noted.
more
different
helpful.
DCs are different in different zones, though not for
Mhm.
finding an entourage. That's going to be the same check everywhere.
Maybe entourage in the trade district more helpful.
Sure. Do you want to start with that?
I mean, we could start with the residential stuff since we're already technically in the residential district, and
All
then
right.
hop over.
So yeah, that's going to be diplomacy, society, or deception, intimidation if you want to be risque.
Diplomacy, please.
Right, roll that die. 47, goodness gracious. So yeah, you start up another little impromptu concert. It's a big hit. That's a critical success. You guys are up to 12. You are 1 crit and 1 success away from just being finished.
Hell yeah.
Avi, while Ophelia starts up another impromptu concert that you don't even need to be near to realize what she's doing, what are you doing?
I think I am going to hobnob in the lob, and the trade, which counts as the trade district.
Yes.
Um,
Now that would be the easier checks here are deception and thievery.
great. Love a little bit of thievery. No!
Did you use your hero point yet?
point. 34.
Um,
Damn it.
so out of curiosity, what would you have been doing to utilize thievery to gather information here? Were you
That's a
trying to break into other
good
people's rooms?
Question? Because I wasn't quite sure why thievery was on that list. What is the book
Insider
doesn't
trading.
imply here?
It doesn't actually specify, but I'm gonna say it would literally be just like taking people's like information or something. Like if someone has like a data pad or a ledger nearby or something, or a diary, or if
you're
you are
being
doing
nosy.
if you are doing it in the hotel, I would say it's either trying to take things out of people's bags to get in some news or local stuff, or literally breaking into their rooms, or breaking into the hotel office manager. So I would let you choose what you want to do here, which one would potentially be more disastrous, because this is a failure
Yeah.
by 1 point.
You don't.
Well, what
you
if
don't
I
think
use
it would
discern
be-
secrets? Would it not be a failure then?
Throw discern secrets up again.
Sure. I think it's for like gather information checks.
Would it not just be like sitting in the lobby overhearing?
Oh no,
people
it's
No.
seek. I am
call upon-
seeking information.
When you cast a spell, the target roll.
Seek?
You know what? I will allow it just because you only failed by 1.
I'm not getting kicked out. Not getting us kicked out of the hotel.
Well, I'm going to say
Thank
though,
you, almighty DM.
just because you are barely succeeding, I'm saying you're not breaking into the hotel manager. Like you're not actually going into someone's
No.
secure thing.
But you
You-
thought about it.
You maybe like see a interesting looking folder sticking out of someone's like bag or open suitcase in the
That.
lobby, and you
I do
walk by
that.
and just lift it.
And it's,
So that
it's covering me entirely. It's just from anyone seeing it from the front, it's just a brochure.
Just a moving
Floating
bag.
brochure.
and that's you spend 3 hours working up the courage to do that, and the last hour actually doing it. Because I'm trying to think of how this takes 4 hours to
Very
do.
obvi.
That's so funny.
That's very obvi. In fact, like, okay, let's do this. Wait, no, I have to think about it.
Concierge comes by several times offering you water.
She takes it every time. I think part of the reason it takes so long is because she keeps taking water, then keeps having to go to the bathroom.
It's space
That's-
cucumber water, by the way. Very refreshing.
Oh, nice.
Cucumber water.
Cucumber.
No, I am putting a
Yes.
moratorium on that. That is not
Cucumber
allowed.
water.
I love cucumber water.
Oh.
Cucumber.
Like a high school bully, I say it once and it sticks.
Wait, I'm putting that in my notes.
Oh, Lord.
No.
I'm
Next week,
making
you guys
a
will-
can now.
You guys are gonna break into the
Quick,
space
make-
cucumber water mafia base.
The Spewcumber
Quick,
water
make it an
mafia
emote.
base snappy,
I'm
thank
never
you.
gonna call it that.
Quick, make an emote.
Considering Matt is the person who makes our
My
emotes,
Photoshop
I
is in the
highly
other
doubt
room.
That'll happen.
What are you talking about? Matt loves us.
I have been so close to making the Orlesian laugh or Orlesian gasp emote for the last week.
I know.
haven't
I
gotten around
need
to it.
it.
Well, I don't think you can make your own emotes yet, can you?
Yeah, I can actually. I
Mhm.
think.
Well, don't you need
Yeah,
like
I can
to
go
get-
onto it.
Don't you need to get to like not the affiliate, but the other layer?
affiliates layer that we're on.
Okay.
No, you just have to hit a follower number now. So y'all go
Oh.
give Sarah follows so that Matt
Damn.
can make Sarah emotes.
I could
Yeah.
finally use all my emotes I made years ago.
Give
Um,
Matt an excuse to do graphic design, their passion.
It is my passion. So that's the 4 hours for Avi Avi. Ophelia, you are in your second 2-hour block. This is where you want to try and gain a entourage. And I'm gonna say, if you want, we can sort of like it piggybacks off the rest, and you could like sit down for a meet and greet after your little concert if you want to flavor it that way.
I mean, I guess I
That
could
makes
tell people
sense,
like
actually.
I could tell people like, oh,
Buy my CD.
hey, gonna be
Like
at the
Idol.
hotel bar if you wanna kiki.
Oh wow.
It's like an old Idol show.
Give me I guess a diplomacy check, or
All right.
I'll look at the little donut.
I'm still gonna use my performance as my
Why
diplomacy.
is Pepper in a donut, McKenna?
Because she's
Donut.
over grooming herself.
Ah,
She has little
Aw,
bald
out of
spots on
stress
her
from
back.
Cacio.
Stress from not
Moving.
necessarily Cacio, but moving, and also her skin's just so dry because it's
I
summer.
got baby.
So she's itchy.
It's
I'm
so you
gonna-
donut.
I'm gonna say,
So don't.
Ophelia, you managed to acquire an interesting little entourage of 2 people, and they appear to be another group of those sort of like flowery, kind of looking mantis people. And in the time you spend talking to them, you find out that they are a rare double hatching, which is the essentially the insect equivalent of twins, which is a very
Uh-huh.
rare thing for their ancestry. Their names are Mel and Mill.
gasp! A mill deck, Matt.
No, 1L.
Get the fuck
Oh.
out of here. Get out of here with your.
And it's funny because they actually describe your music as appealing to them on a wavelength that you can't actually hear yourself. Apparently, your music
Wow.
produces sounds on different wavelengths that appeal to people with different kinds of hearing. Like they don't even have ears because they're mantis people, so they like feel the vibrations at certain frequencies that you're not even aware you're making, but it sounds beautiful to them.
They're,
So
You
cool.
could say they're good vibrations.
They are good vibrations. They like it. If they could, but they can't because they have carapaces rather than skin, you might think they might blush at the sounds.
Oh.
Adorable.
Spicy.
Because possibly in the distant past of their when their ancestry was less sentient and more sort of like animal-like, it's possible their mating calls were of a similar vibration.
I
Ah.
So you have been your entire
see.
performance
Okay.
was flirting with their like primitive brain.
That's cool.
So yeah, you have a entourage of a pair of mantis alien twins.
Don't worry about it.
All right. What?
Don't worry about
I just
it.
hear
Don't worry
Cooper
about it.
yelling,
I
"Don't
said,
worry
who
about
was
it" in the
that?
background.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't
So you
worry
guys.
about it.
It is about. This was no. You have potentially one more block of research.
Mhm.
Until it gets kind of dark and you probably want to turn in and maybe get some food. But you're only 2 points away, so you only need 1 or 2 successes or 1 critical success. Who would like to potentially end this right now?
I have a question
Are
for
you
you,
guys
Matt.
coming home or staying
Is
there?
it just the industrial area and the trade district, or is there a
There's
residential?
industrial, residential, and trade.
Okay. All
Hit
right.
residential. I think we've actually hit all 3.
You
Igor
have
wants to head to like a sketchy area, the residential area.
I mean, there is that. There is, I'll just read the description again. A densely packed series of neighborhoods with numerous local markets and sprawling apartment complexes built on top of each other, interspaced with urban parks struggling for space and abandoned or incomplete structures. So,
I want to find the dirtiest hole in the wall cafe that I possibly can. Like,
all right.
I want to find like the biggest health code violating place to eat in this section of the city. And I want to go and sit down there and I want to enjoy a meal.
All right, you find a place that has a like hand-painted sign on just appears to be like a sheet of metal called Glurb's Place.
Walk right in.
There's just this big, unidentifiable, you don't even know what Anstrus is, kind of weird, like eye tentacle stalks and stuff, but he's a big guy. He's got a stained apron on. You realize this is like the Akaton equivalent of a greasy spoon, emphasis on the greasy.
Perfect.
And while you can understand what he is saying in the language, he speaks with like such a heavy accent that you really have to like concentrate to understand what he's saying. He's just like, "What do you want?"
Give me the best thing you got here.
The dry rub.
I'll take it.
Dry rub.
He brings out what appears to be a like layered thing of ribs. You
Mhm.
realize, oh, this
Hell
is like a
yeah.
rack of ribs, but there's 2 layers to the ribs. It's like someone had ribs, but then they have a second rib cage inside the ribs.
Love it.
And it is like
Delightful.
slightly still sizzling, but it's not like wet with sauce. It seems to be like spices have been hand like rubbed into the meat of it all, and it's a wonderful smell. And just from the smell and everything, you realize, oh, this is gonna be terrible for me. This is probably like loaded down with like chemicals and spices and stuff.
It's a heart attack in meat form.
It's really good though. You shouldn't have this more than once a week, probably, but
Oh God! Listen, given the opportunity, Igor is going to eat this every day while he's here now. Let's see what information I get from Glurb with a
All right.
diplomacy check.
Blurb.
Let's see how much
Glurb and his-
information.
Glurb and his wife Blarb.
32.
I love Glurb and Blarb.
I rolled a 5.
No.
32 is probably okay-ish.
And this was you went to the residential?
Yeah, diplomacy, I'm assuming.
Yes, diplomacy was 33.
Ah, well, say la vie.
So, unfortunately,
I
it
just
seems
enjoy the
Glurb is a professional. He stays and works in the kitchen.
Yeah, fair enough. I had to roll a 6 or better. I rolled a 5. Not the end of the world.
All right.
Doesn't
Because this
cost
was
us
you,
anything.
you walk out of Toxin Con and Igor is gone, Charlotte.
You know, arguably I should have expected this.
Also, you realize, oh, we were supposed to be back at the hotel 4 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a watch.
I know, she's like,
On
Nope,
all the
can't
limbs,
tell
like,
and every time I try to ask if somebody knows the time, they say yes and walk away. I'm trying to understand this here. Like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make my way back over there, but like take the leisurely stroll through. My leg is at this moment being attacked. And it is very painful.
Mhm.
1 second, please. Ow!
I will say, canonically, I'm
Mhm.
going to get another box of the ribs to go so that I can feed this to Avi Avi, Ophelia, and Charlotte.
Avi Avi could fall asleep inside these ribs.
Between this one and yours, McKenna, Nibble Toe Central, ankle biters.
My forearms and ankles look like I've put them through a fucking wood chipper. I don't.
Look, she is not ashamed at all.
I would love to see
Neither is
you.
Kachi. Although I will say Kachi has moved on from my extremities and has found a new target:
Your slimes?
electrical cords.
Oh, no!
More
Gotcha.
expensive.
And I can't, for the life
don't
of
heal.
me, deter him from them. I've sprayed them with shit, as much as I can spray electrical cords. I have tried, just yelling at him. I've tried
Shocking.
removing him when he starts going after them. It's the allure of those electrical cords is not something I can compete with. The only thing I can do is just put him back in the bathroom, which I don't love
Oh.
doing, but like it's that or him get electrocuted. So,
I guess Cacio
Bathroom
just
it is.
really likes spicy food.
girl, he likes any kind of food. You put anything in that bowl and it'll be down his little gullet in about 2 seconds flat.
That's adorable.
He's a growing hungry boy. He's a growing hungry, teething
hungry
boy.
Growing boy.
Who still
He can't
has the
still
balls.
be teething at 6 months.
They teeth until they're almost a year. Until you get to that 1.5, 2 years of age situation, you just gonna have to.
I'm just gonna have
Grin
to
and
keep
bear
another
it.
litter box in the bathroom is what I'm gonna have to do.
Probably. Anyway,
Yes.
if I pass by on my way back to the hotel, am I still in the industrial district? To
I
get
mean, I
through
could
that?
say you make your way back through the industrial district really leisurely pace for 4 hours if you
I
want.
mean, yeah, I would say so. I feel like I wander a little bit some more. Also, in general, I'm trying, I guess. I'm not good at anything else, so this is all I've got.
All right, so yeah, give me one last crafting check. 34.
34, I'm a hero point that. 33.
Unfortunately,
Nope,
the
I find
talks-
nothing.
The talks are too technical that you have to keep moving, and you're not able to stay long enough to really get any information. We're gonna move back to the hotel crew, unless you guys want to head back to the residential district, which is slightly
No.
easier for your skill set, maybe.
Actually, the hotel is supposed to be. It's easier for me by like 5 points, I think.
Really?
Oh, for real.
All right, who's doing what?
3 points, but still, 3 is a lot. I will let Ophelia go first because if she fails, she just offends someone. If I fail, we get kicked out of the hotel.
Come on, where's your
I
sense
mean,
of
you could do it out.
fun?
You could do deception stuff outside of the hotel in just another part of the trade district.
There's not
That's
as much
true.
fun.
I'll do that.
43. This is for diplomacy, or
This is for society.
okay. Oh, yeah, so I guess you're.
Oh
you
no,
moved
this
to-
is for deception. Sorry, deception.
Oh, deception.
Yeah.
Oh, then that is a crit success, and that's probably the last check you guys need to do. What are you? Who are you deceiving exactly in the trade district?
I think if anything, she would just be telling everybody what hot shit she is here already, even though she just started. So people are thinking she's a little more well known already than she is. I mean, she's only
Okay.
done like what 8 hours of performing around here to gain her
Well,
little
technically less
fan
because remember
base.
yours is cut in half.
Right, yeah. So she's only really done like 4 hours of performing around here to
Of
gain
flash concerts.
Yeah, so she's telling people that she has more of a following than she does already.
All right. Well, you guys have managed in a single day, which is good, to manage to get the full research thing. So now, ready your note-taking hands, because I'm about to potentially dump a lot of information that might be important to write down. Some of it might not be.
Thank God for the VOD.
Yes. So,
Oh yeah.
all right. So first off, you guys find out the 400-foot-long airship Mandibles of Fate has been visiting Seldo twice an Akatonian year on average. This roughly equates to once a Galarian year, to receive tribute from the city in return for leaving Seldo largely alone. This tribute consists normally of food, repair supplies, and fuel, but also includes stranger demands like magical equipment, and on the most recent visit a few months ago, 20 wagon loads of bones that Seldo had to harvest from its cemeteries.
Oh, what the fuck?
That was the 3 research points. 6 research points gets you. Merchants and refugees from other cities across the region of Akaton report that the Mandibles of Fate's visits to other locations tend to be more devastating, with mutant Formians swarming down from the airship to loot towns and take prisoners. 9 research points. Recently, rumors abound that the Mandibles of Fate has been outfitted with a weapon capable of ripping ghosts right out of living bodies, leaving behind mindless undead shells after siphoning the souls into the ship above. No one in Seldon can claim to have actually seen this in action, perhaps because the city has its special deal with the King of Biting Ants. 12 research points. The King of Biting Ants has been defeated before, but keeps coming back. This time, the man who defeated him previously, Old Mage Datembe, is nowhere to be found. Word has it that the atrocities the king is visiting upon so many Akatonian cities is little more than a devastating rehearsal, and that he plans to magically transport the ship to the planet of Galarian, his
Oh,
homeworld, to rebuild his empire there once he's satisfied the ship and its nightmarish weaponry are fully functional.
Well, time to squash some ants, team.
And finally, at 15 research points, of those living prisoners taken aboard the Mandibles of Fate, very few are ever seen again. But rumors of a hiveless Formian who escaped the ship a year ago when it was in Seldo suggest that the entire lower deck of the ship's stem serves as some kind of prison. This escaped Formian was held in the main cargo bay, along with all the other prisoners, but caught a glimpse of the magical cell in the back of the ship one day when the King of Biting Ants himself was there. As far as the hiveless Formian could tell, the only occupant of that huge cell was a single old man with dark brown skin.
goddamn. God
Mm.
damn it.
The Formian went missing a week after he escaped, as most of those who were spreading this particular rumor, but a few people in Seldo remember and still wonder who might have been kept in the Mandible of Fate's guts.
Probably Jatembe.
right.
Probably Jatembe.
If we had to take a wild crack at it, yeah,
On a
sure.
scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably going to assume that's Jatembe.
So,
Alright, so we
Yeah,
gotta
you
take down
know.
an airship. That's fine, nice and easy.
so
I mean, we have to infiltrate an airship, then take it down.
Kill the
You
King
guys
of Biting
have
Ants so they don't come to Galarian.
you guys have returned to your hotel at the Auspicious Overlook, and
Sleepy time.
you guys have sat in your room and sort of done, if people sit on the beds and talk to each other and shared all this information that you have gathered, because you all gathered
Whiteboarding.
Over the greasiest ribs in existence.
Oh, you know those.
Gross.
Look,
They are delicious.
they look
Becoming a vegetarian.
actively becoming a vegetarian.
Are there utensils?
Yes. Hands.
I use
we
my
have
hands
These
for
meal
work.
vouchers.
I would like to go to the restaurant.
Restaurant. We can get desserts
And drinks. We have a drink voucher too.
We'll
Pastries.
keep the Igra. We'll keep the ribs for
And
traveling to the prison tomorrow.
all I'm saying is
They're already dried, technically.
they're already
so-
dried. All I'm saying is that if you're not going to try the local cuisine, what's the point of traveling?
Well,
I
we're
am
going to
gonna
the
try the
restaurant that
local
has a
cuisine.
local
See,
cuisine.
that's like upscale local. Like this is truly local.
Well, this right here would be exceptional as worm bait. So let's
Like this
keep
is
it
like
for
this
worm
is like
bait.
going. This is like going eating at like the casino restaurants. Eating at like I don't know a like insert chain in Galarian here, like
Okay,
a
but
Hell's
consider
Kitchen.
me this. Consider me this. Do we have a voucher for the other places? No, but we do have a meal voucher here.
No,
I
but
mean,
we have money.
No,
we can.
no, the
And free continental.
the vouchers are all for in the casino.
Oh, well,
We
we
have a
should go
drink
to the
for the
casino
casino.
anyway. That's been Matt's been laying that one
Wow.
on thick for the last couple sessions. We should probably actually go see what that's all about.
I wonder if they have
I'm-
gotcha.
I'm gonna
I want
say
a bath.
we will have the casino probably next week because I need to quickly come up with some games that you guys can actually play.
Oh,
Ah,
hell yeah.
so why not to okay, so how about tonight we
They could talk
Uh,
about Igor's mental health.
I am going to go.
Whoa,
and
you know what? I
enjoy
think I actually
more
want to try the
ribs.
ribs.
Thank you. Thank you, Ophelia. Here you go. Have a rib.
Wait.
Don't thank her for that, Will. Don't thank her for
It
that.
endures- it endures put on additionally on the memo when we get back to the Magambia, we have to put everybody on the roster for a council visit.
Just walk
That's
up
just
to
gonna have
Endurance
to be the thing.
as if I'm
Endurance.
handing them a rib, and I just whisper in their ear, "You don't
I
put
should-
me on that, and I give you a course without you
should be-
ever having to attend. You get credit."
He kind of raises his little pencil. It should be noted that there is an extensive existing backlog for counselor services at the school, along with medical care, but that's another matter.
I don't care as long as they get on the roster 10, 15,
Nah, I'm
40
good.
years, doesn't
good.
matter.
I-
Someday they're gonna get help.
I would be dead. I would be dead after.
Place your bets
40.
now, guys. Who goes to therapy first, Igra or Garl?
Oof. Well, technically, Garl's in therapy.
Therapy.
Yes,
Cassandra
they
just
got
calls it
tricked
something
into it. I
else.
think.
We're gonna crack open that little
I
tip
mean,
please tip key.
Trip key.
Trip key.
There you go.
We're gonna
Thing
crack
is,
open that little
I
trip
don't-
key head
I don't
someday.
think. I don't think of Igra as being any part of him hard enough to crack. He's so squishy, I imagine.
so soft. It's just a little
Just
amphibian.
squish open. You know what? I could note to self make
freeze 'em, I guess.
truth serum.
If
Seems
Charlotte,
unethical, but
Charlotte,
Whoa.
if you make that and use on me, I'm perfectly okay with you doing so. But I have one condition:
Uh-oh.
you give me a dose that I can use on any one person that I want without questions asked.
Oh. Wait, that's like.
We already know
actually
it's gonna be
really good.
Mercedes. We already know.
The tempting offer. It's a
I will.
tempting
I will.
offer.
I will.
Let me
I'm down.
let me consult the dark forces tonight,
Wait,
and
do
I'll
we
let you know
do
my
we,
answer.
Do we know? Would it be Mercedes?
Oh no, I'm not going. Like I said, I listen. The
Yeah,
second
would
that
be the
Charlotte
point,
has,
really.
the second that Charlotte has shacked up with them, I'm. As far as I'm concerned, Mercedes is a thing that exists in the world that I will just deal with the fact that they exist. I'm not going to go and harm someone that one of my friends is romantically involved with. That's just a dick move.
Oh, so that's
Um,
the only thing that stops him from antagonizing her
It's Charlotte's love.
is love.
Oh,
No
that's
pressure,
Yes.
Charlotte.
cute.
it's all love now, guys. It's all love
Listen,
now.
maybe Charlotte can fix them. So you know,
That means that
Therapy.
means that the friend that
Okay, I have
friendship-
to ask. Well, I
friendship
have
is so
to ask.
strong.
Yeah.
With Neo Mercedes, what is there to fix exactly?
I don't know, but I'm sure they're still probably evil.
We will work on the preventative of any future potentials
At this point, this is
with
just a meme
old
for me,
ancient
so.
ancestors.
You know, it is a
And
good
if we
thing.
do tap into that, we tap into it safely.
I'm very glad my little liquor cabinet is not within arm's reach of my computer desk. It's on the other side of my television.
I would
I
drive
can't reach
Matt
it
to
from here.
drink.
Anyway, anybody got any thoughts for tonight? I mean, we could still go to the restaurant for desserts.
Everyone give me a perception check, actually, real quick.
Pastries. I really want pastries.
Ooh, pastries.
43.
All right.
33.
Both Charlotte. Oh, actually, hold on.
Avi, Avi got it.
Avi. You actually, something catches your eye out of the hotel room window. Down on the street, you see there is actually another restaurant just across the street from the hotel, kind of next to the bank/casino, called the Sanctuary of Kalamata.
Let's go there. Sanctuary of Kalamata.
All right.
I like olives.
I what?
That's so
I
that's
I
so
swear to
good.
God,
That's
if I go
so
in,
good. So
if I go in here and this is a fucking Olive Garden, Igor is going to destroy this restaurant.
I mean,
Olive Garden. Let's go. Avi's already up.
yeah, let's go.
right.
We just all toddle
yeah,
off.
me not with on my other screen all of synonyms.
Charlotte, do you happen to have any?
Oh, we got
the
a
Gingerly
raid. When did
Brutal
we
thing
get a
you
raid?
did?
Hi.
Like 30
minute
seconds
ago.
ago.
He's saying I picked that up immediately, Matt. Are you saying we're on the same wavelength, Matt?
We're simpatico.
I'm okay. All I'm saying is this:
Olives are
If-
tasty.
if this is what I think it is,
I love black olives.
if this is
Listen,
what I
what-
think it is, I set it on fire.
Listen, we're just there for
No. You
pastries.
can certainly
We don't have to
try.
set it on fire. You just
Okay.
had your ribs. You're not even hungry.
I
You're just
just
there.
want unlimited
Also-
breadsticks, okay? Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Weirdly
let
enough-
Sarah live her fantasy of being able to eat bread and cream.
Not an Olive Garden.
To be fair, here it's bread pyramids.
Oh.
You know
Oh.
what? Still great. I love it. Let's go.
It's like a
I
little.
look-
Sarah live
it's like
her
a little-
fantasy will.
It's like a little garlicky bread Jedi holocron.
Oh.
I
my
I went
I
to
will-
Hugo's the other day and had the pasta mama, and it was pasta with vegan cheese.
Hold on,
and
you had
sauce.
you had the pasta mama.
I had the pasta mama.
What did the pasta papa
Mama?
think of that?
Oh.
Well, the pasta papa had spice and peppers in it, and I
Oh, I
was
bet
not
he did.
about. I was not about peppers.
so
but
he
there
was
was
jealous?
eggs. Yeah, he was spicy.
He doesn't
Alright,
like to
well,
watch.
I will let Sarah live out their fantasy of being able to eat things. in
Also,
Olive
Igra
Garden.
doesn't have to go. They've already eaten.
That's true.
But it's a
Oh,
group
but we want him to come with
trip.
us.
You
We
could
want
You know what?
engage.
I'll just go. I will go and engage in some extraterrestrial vigilantism, just to work off these ribs.
Sweet.
It'll be great.
Igra, you
you
don't
can
want to
still
talk
get a
shit
dessert.
about items on the menu together.
They could
Who am
probably,
I?
I bet they do a good tiramisu. Or
I
at least
will-
a decent tiramisu.
I will, as a player,
Terrestrial
will set
Masu.
my Olive
God, I
Garden
wish I had some
trauma
ice cream.
aside so we can go do this. All right, let's go.
Yay!
You
And
enter
it's
into
just
the
a section, right? Kalamata.
enter into the sanctuary of Kalamata, and it seems like a perfectly nice kind of like tavern style restaurant.
Yay!
They do have a big sign talking about their endless bread pyramids.
Hell yeah.
They're bigger than you are, Avi Avi.
Or I could hollow one out and sleep in it.
I mean, it would be very warm. You ever hear about the people who take a large fresh loaf of bread, and then stick their hands on either side?
What?
Keep your hands warm,
I have fresh baguettes.
and then you can eat it afterwards.
There is this one person I know who
Um.
has a pair of slippers that are the shape of bread.
That
They're
was
called.
Oh, so they're bread
They call
slippers?
them. Yeah, they're loafers.
I like that. I like that a lot. Pretty good. I like it.
Come for the adventure, stay for the food puns. or because you die. I don't
Like
know.
I said,
Shall we get a table?
There's
Yes,
a booth.
please.
They actually ask if you'd like a booth.
I would love
Yes.
We
Do
I
love
would
a
love a
booth.
booth.
I'm going to
Booth- booth
stick
is
to
good.
it. Okay.
What, you
All
want a
right.
table, Angela?
No,
Want a
it's
table?
fine.
You want a table? Table more space?
No, we'll take the booth. It's okay.
You like a booth?
We'll need a booster seat.
Yes, please.
Or at least a table seat where it's a little seat that sits on the table so that you can have a seat at the table.
Maybe like a matchbox to sit on.
Yeah, we
So I
can
don't
do
have
that.
like my
Can we
feet
do
on
that?
the table.
They have various box seats. It seems like they
That
get quite the
works.
variety
Hell
of
yeah.
clientele in here. It's like a weirdly adjustable box thing.
They
Like-
have to stick like 3 kids' booster seats on top of them, and even then she's sitting like this.
Just because this is something I very much enjoyed once in the past, a big thing to note on the menu is that they have raspberry lemonade.
Mm.
I love raspberry
I
lemonade.
love raspberry lemonade.
Different than
Raspberry lemonade's for
strawberry.
The whole table.
I
Mhm.
think I've come to realize that I think raspberry actually might be my favorite fruit flavor, with blueberry very close behind. But I get more bad blueberries than I do bad raspberries.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
There's a lot
That's
of
right.
like you get
Blueberries.
blueberries from the store. They're so big, but they have so little flavor.
Matt,
Mhm.
Well-
I'm going blueberry picking probably in a weekend or two. I will bring you some wild blueberries.
And
Then I'll
when
have
you
to make
live-
more tarts.
Matthew, when you're out here in like early
home- your
summer
family.
next year,
That's not a
I-
sure thing.
wait, why?
I will talk about that upstream. It's nothing bad,
Oh
but
no, okay. Well, if you get out here next summer, I will have to take you to a California farmers market. We have fruit that would blow your mind.
I don't doubt it. You guys have good fruit weather down there.
Yeah,
good-ass fruit.
It's California. If we do one thing really, really well, it's the fruit. I
Yeah.
didn't know
I'm
how
sure
good
there's
we
a-
have it until
There's
we
a
until
joke
I-
that could be made there somewhere.
There's a
But
lot of us
California,
here.
we do fruits good. I didn't know how good we had it
Mm.
until I went to live in New York for a little bit, and I was like, "This is what you guys consider strawberries?
It's
Ooh.
rough.
These are pink
rough.
and not in the intentional way.
Oh no.
These are
It's
these
rough.
are yeah."
Over
it's-
here, we're
it's
like-
sad.
We're like, oh my gosh, have you guys ever had a yellow strawberry before? Have you ever had a rosé strawberry
A
before? Like, we have
jaundiced
different.
strawberry.
No,
So
they
it
make
was
like tropical strawberries, rosé strawberries that tastes a little different.
They
and have,
taste more like
strawberry
pineapples.
varieties.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, in California, our fruits are so good. We have different varietals. Like,
We mastered the regular strawberry so well that we were like, okay, now we need to start fucking with it. We need to start doing something new. What about a
Now we
rosé
need to-
strawberry?
Now we need to screw with genetics. Let's go. That's all my thing.
The American
We've mastered
way.
the bright red strawberry. What
I
if we made
mean-
it white? Like
Here, fruit and vegetable husbandry, so to speak, is nothing new. Like carrots were originally not
Mhm.
orange widespread, so
Corn was originally much more colorful.
isn't it funny that now carrots?
there's a lot of different kinds of corn
It's
too.
more exciting to see a non-orange carrot, and they didn't start out orange.
You get like
Lemons
a
are
nice,
man-made.
you get a nice like fall
Mm.
medley of vegetables just put in the oven with a little salt and pepper,
Yum.
It's not
well,
so good.
anyway.
potatoes and carrots.
Dive into
Parsnips.
my bread pyramid and I eat a little
Um,
hidey hole for myself.
As you guys are enjoying your just your appetizers and bread before you've even had a chance to order, someone sidles up to your table.
Hello.
It appears to be another one of the kind of like local flavor of orcs, so to speak. But they're wearing like kind of combat-y kind of armor under like a duster. And they've got like a hat on and everything. And you immediately notice that the restaurant staff is very pointedly not like looking at them. And they just sit down right at your table. They don't help themselves to any of the bread pyramids because they know that's, you know, a declaration of war.
Avi pops at the top of her bread abode and says, "Welcome to my bread yurt, or my burt, if you will. My name is
Avi,
Avi
that
Avi."
is adorable.
I just want to say, I don't expect this conversation to be a long one, but I feel you should know. I've never found anything charming in my entire life.
Oh,
That seems
okay.
like a very sad existence.
That's unfortunate.
With the exception
I
of
guess-
spells, this guy's immune to all charisma-based checks because he is
You,
a dry soul, so to speak.
I guess that means that's because you've never met me, but okay, we'll give it to you.
I won't trouble you, Dina, much more. I'm just
Char-
here.
Charlotte, who's like eating spaghetti, just like lifts one of her hands and goes,
You
What
haven't even ordered yet.
nasty
Where did you
mom.
get the spaghetti?
"Don't ask questions. You don't want to know."
But see, when a person passes away, you're able to collect spaghetti from them.
Oh, God, that's a Rick and Morty reference.
Yes.
That's
Unfortunate.
pretty dark, actually.
Anyway, yeah,
Thank you, TikTok.
that's great, and I'm sorry for you, but can we help you?
Not me specifically. I'm here on behalf of someone else, my
Oh.
employer.
Oh,
Let's just say your activities around town today have not gone unnoticed.
we were
And
just talking to people.
oh, yes, we know. But, you have to realize that when you go around asking questions, people might ask questions of you.
Oh,
And
Mhm.
he reaches into his coat. Does anyone react?
Igor just has a hand on the pistol they bought on the pulse caster.
Oh God.
Igor
looks at
shot
you.
first.
He looks at you, looks down at the thing, kind of raises an eyebrow, and then very slowly, like could not possibly draw a weapon quick enough to shoot you,
Mhm.
slowly just pulls out a card and slides it across the table. And it just has an address, and that's it on it. Like, a certain individual who happens to hold a lot of influence in this town would very much appreciate it if you would drop by and perhaps ask some of the questions you've been asking to them.
is
they
your
like-
boss that guy?
I don't know
The
what
guy
that
we're not
means.
supposed to.
That's slightly.
No, I
offensive,
think
obviously,
this
but
is some
that's
sort of like
fine.
local crime syndicate, perhaps.
Does their name start with
We don't
an
like to
S?
call it that.
Yes, Carthage.
Would you prefer mob?
Oh, it looks like you're a little more well informed than your battery of questions would lead those to believe.
Listen, we know how to go around and ask some subtle questions and like people coming straight up to us, but it's fine.
Well, we would have to
I wonder.
drop by earlier
wonder
today,
if
so we
they
thought we'd
have-
expedite the process. But I have delivered my message, and so I shall leave you to enjoy your meal. And as they get up, they kind of look at you, Igor, and say, "Also, the safety's on."
I
Turn around and walk away.
know it was anyway. I'm not proficient with this thing yet. It's like Igor like has their hand on. It's like I feel like I shouldn't walk around with the safety off on this thing. That doesn't seem
No,
like
that is actually good gun safety.
that doesn't seem like safe to do.
Oh, Avi, they do have tiramisu. So Charlotte
kind
is just like it totally ignored him and went back to the menu to look at it again.
What
So-
kind of tiramisu?
Unfortunately, it's seasonal.
That's
Oh.
okay. If it's on the
What's
menu, it must be
seasonal?
in season.
What season is
something
it?
called
You're assuming a level of
Pamepe?
competency.
Pamepe? Pumpkin?
Pumpkin spice?
Pumpkin spice
It's
tiramisu.
pumpkin spice.
Oh,
It's pumpkin
Ah.
space,
It's pumpkin
actually.
space.
Space.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin
space
space.
tiramisu.
We're all thought criminals.
Igor is going to just take that card and just kind of look at the address.
If you flip the card over, it's actually got like a watermark for what you assume is like a bar.
All right, cool. Do y'all want to do this
Af-
tonight after the restaurant
I was
here?
gonna say after dinner drinks.
Yeah, let's go.
That sounds good.
All right, and with the next objective in mind, we are going to end the game for tonight as you guys head into what some might call the belly of the beast.
Well, thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of Strength 1000. We really appreciate you all here. Don't forget to join us for many other shows here on the channel, like the Strength of Thousands AP on Mondays, like Wild Ambition on Wednesday, The Astral Calling on Friday, Salt and Sorcery on Tuesday, Tabletop Bros on Saturday, and Cozy Co-op on Sunday.
And Salt and Sorcery tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I said. Salt and Sorcery on
Oh,
Tuesday.
I blocked
just
out.
did. I did the TTRPG. I did the TTRPG shows first, and then the
That's
non-TTRPG
fair.
shows, because that just it goes off the tongue. And possibly post. I have a plan for the next game for Salt and Sorcery. I'm going to run by Matt and Dada. We might have 3 of us on for a week or 2 to do something fun together. But we also might just have me and Dada jumping back to Remnant. We'll figure it out. Or maybe some Lorcana. Thank you all so much for coming, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye bye.